and welcome to the Latina Leaders Podcast, where we celebrate, empower, and uplift Hispanic and BIPOC women. I'm your host, Jennifer Cortez, founder of Latina Leaders, creative entrepreneur, and an advocate for la comunidad. Today's guest is a very, very inspiring woman. Typically, I memorize bios, but it's a very impressive bio, so I have a couple notes here. She is Community Relations Officer for the Toronto Catholic District School Board and plays a very key role in advancing community and school initiatives. She is founder of Canada Habla Español, an initiative to aim the language, the Spanish language, moving forward across the country, and very dedicated to the community, has led to obtaining the official proclamation of April 23rd as Spanish Language Day in Toronto in 2021. Also coming from Mexico, born in Mexico, I'd like to welcome Ericka Aguilera.
Thank you very much, Jennifer.
How are you?
I'm very good, and I'm so happy to be here in these beautiful days, so it's perfect.
Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate, first of all, everything that you do. So thank you for doing all that you do. It's very, very inspiring that, like, everything since 2007, correct?
Yes, since 2007 I started, yes.
Yes, so can you tell us a little bit about Canada Habla Español and what is that exactly? What inspired you to start it, first of all? And how are things going? Anything that you want to share with us?
For sure. So Canada Habla Español started as Toronto Habla Español, which was an initiative that I started with a couple of very visionary women. Mm-hmm. And previously we have worked with the community based on there was a study that talked about Spanish-speaking students not performing well, and that being a drop off from high school, and then no college, no university. Mm-hmm. And we realized also with that the Spanish language was not progressing after the second generation.
Okay.
It is more on the sense that the students were speaking Spanish, but they don't write it and they don't read it. Mm-hmm, so for us, we are seeing that then after that, it's lost.
Okay.
So that moved us right in the pandemic to start Toronto Habla Español. So I approached the city to proclaim April 23rd. Mm-hmm. As a Spanish Language Day, and they were very, very supportive. Wow. Major Tory back then, he was a champion for us. He said, absolutely, the Spanish-speaking community is growing and it's very vibrant.
Yeah.
So they supported us, and then we started looking around the GTA and start approaching other cities like Newmarket, Aurora, Richmond Hill, Markham. I was very surprised because Markham is very, has a very large Asian community, but also has a very large Latin Hispanic community. Yeah. So everywhere we went, even Vaughn, which I was, surprised as well, because it's a very, very large Italian community, they embraced us because we realized that we are everywhere. Now you hear Spanish everywhere. So I took it as a mission with my co-founders to just start approaching the governments and getting the proclamations. And now we are very proud to say that we also have 3 provincial proclamations. Like we are now from coast to coast, like they say here, from British Columbia all the way down to Nova Scotia and Manitoba. Besides the celebration of April 23rd as a Spanish Language Day, which we do a beautiful event every year, we also offer different programs. So we have our creative writing workshops. Those we have for youth, we have for adults, and we have for seniors. We have a great experience with seniors as well. And sometimes we have very well-known authors collaborating with us. So stay tuned for more opportunities for that. And also we have the Youngpreneurs conference. So the Youngpreneurs conference also offers that space for youth to connect with other youth, but we do it on a, how can we call it? Speed mentoring. So we give you an opportunity to talk to different mentors in the community that will talk to you about financial literacy, image, and public speaking. We talk about financial literacy, job searching and networking skills. So a lot of what happens in that conference, it's very, very good for everybody. And so besides, if you're interested in helping us opening a chapter, we are always looking for, collaboration. So if you also want to volunteer with us, we always need volunteers for social media or marketing. Also, if you are into the path of knowing how a non-for-profit work, we can give you a lot of the work that we can do, collaborating with us, learning with us, event planning, fundraising, anything that you want to volunteer with us. We have our doors open for talent all the time, and absolutely also connecting you with other organizations alike that can get you a door into the community.
So it's a great opportunity for everyone to get involved. So when you came from Mexico, for example, to Canada, I'm just wondering, did you foresee or have a goal to do something like this when you first came here, or was that something that came later?
That came, actually, I have to reinvent myself like 3 or 4 times here. I have a law degree in Mexico City. So when I moved here 23 years ago, I faced the challenge that I have to start everything from scratch. So I approached the University of Toronto. I get my credentials evaluated and say, unfortunately, the only thing that at that time I didn't have to do was the LSATs. But away from that, I really needed to just start from scratch. So I am a mother of 2 beautiful children, and back then, well, they were very young, and financially it was also not accessible for me to start over. So I was just thinking about what can I do with my skills. So I work in banking, and then I started working for the Toronto Catholic District School Board. And then I fall into education, and I am passionate about, education. And more than that is empowering parents on knowing what to do, because it's a very, different school system than the one that we have in Latin America. So.
Okay, yes. And so I understand when you're saying you're passionate about education, because that came to me later on in my career. But that's amazing. So you have a law background. So that probably helped you with a lot of your experience as well and knowledge.
Yes, it has been, I think any path that you take and anything that you learn builds those skills, right? It is more about the way that, probably the way that you think and the way that you kind of foreseeing which paths you can take to obtain something. But others is also, I guess, finding allies. And I have find wonderful allies and mentors, a lot of, and also I need to mention that before I forget, is that we also have a very large Afro-Latino community, because when we think about the Americas, we are all,
colors,
colors, shapes, sizes, and flavors. So so it is, a lot of what we do and what I have achieved, it's because of that. In my path, I have found wonderful people like yourself and other people, even from other communities that have been very generous. And that is something that has helped me to move forward.
That's
so
amazing.
I think that, yes, one of the things that we can learn from this, it's that networking, the powerful of networking, getting to know other people, and then, just keep forward.
Yes. So that's a very, very inspiring story. I was very curious, but no, you're so right. Everything that we do in our lives, like different career paths, I also notice really helps you for your next, I guess, the next phase of your life. Like you're always evolving, right?
Yes.
As people, we're always evolving, and I have found that too. So it's never a mistake. That's one thing. Sometimes when we're young, we feel like, oh, I don't know if I should go in this direction because I think I'm going to make a mistake, or you're worried about making mistakes when you're young.
Yes.
But, working with students too, that I find that a lot, like they don't know if they should and that kind of thing. So I'm sure you have experience with students.
Yes, I do. Actually, we have a program that is called Youngpreneurs. And that actually started because what we are seeing is with the shift that we have now with not only with the electronics, but also with artificial intelligence. Yes. Students are facing faster changes than we experienced before. And not all of them are really caught into the traditional form of education. They are not, their path is not there yet, either for college or for university, but they have that entrepreneurial skills. So we approached the city of Toronto, and they were very generous. So our first session was talking about being an entrepreneur, because a lot of our students are young people, seeing the influencers, right? And they think that is the way to do it. Yes, if you already have something else to support you. Because being an influencer also, it's an entrepreneurial skill. And you need to be very brave, and you need to find your right niche and do that. So we are showing the students different ways, and to say it is okay, because there are studies that shows that you change your path many times during your career. And like you said, like you and I, we started at something, we thought that back then it was the path that we really wanted to, but life also takes you to different paths that also, you know, it's good to explore. And why not? I mean, it's something that I always say to young people: you're 23. We don't expect you to have the right answer, or that you have to choose the right path. And if you have the time and energy, you can also combine it, still working on the area, but also see those areas as, where can these skills take me to move forward into the future?
And I love that. And I love that you have experience in education too, because we have a lot of that in common. So, and you also mentioned fashion. I would love to talk a little bit about this, because we also have that in common too. And I love when I meet people like you, and you look so beautiful, but she looks so beautiful, by the way. It's better in person than it is on camera. But so where did that come from?
So that was part of those different paths that I was exploring, because I work in the bank, and then I started working as a financial advisor for an insurance company. But, you know, like, I always been very, you know, curious about not only the fashion, but it was more about like a holistic approach to image. So I found this very good course of image consulting, and I love it, because it talks about everything. I wasn't aware of your colors and your undertone, and, you know, like the shape of your face and your body, and how to dress them for. So that's how I jump into that, and I love it. And for me, it's very also rewarding when you can share that with women. And when, you know, like, you can give, I think we all have a fashion sense. I think we are just more prone into not recognizing our inner beauty and our way that we present. And we see others trying to emulate that. And I think fashion is about that. Like, get your own identity, and mix whatever it feels right for you, and not what it's just promoted by anybody else.
True. That's exactly it. Like, trends are trends, right? But it's really about what looks great and makes the person feel great, and it's your self-expression. And I love that. Do you still do that, right? Like, for on a part-time basis?
Yes, I do that occasionally. I do it occasionally. Canada Habla Español has become now my third baby. And yes, but I do, like, with groups, I give some advice. And
That's
I have
great.
friends that they come and ask for some tips and everything. So yes,
Yes, because I know just from Latina Leaders, there's quite a few women then, because I do post on fashion too, and I put like what to wear. So there's quite a few women that have commented, "Oh, Jennifer, those posts are really helping." So women are actually looking for this type of thing, like inspirational content. So I love that you do that as well. So maybe we could do something.
We will do
in
something.
Fashion.
We will do something about that for sure.
It's just an idea.
Yes.
But I would love to talk a little bit more about advice that you would give to, because I know you work with students, but also in general, Latina women, right? Because there are so many of us, like you said, there's a lot of us doing quite amazing things.
Yes.
Once you start talking and networking, which I think is super important that you said that.
Yes.
Because as soon as you start meeting these people and connecting these people, you don't know these people until you actually meet them, right? And it just makes such a huge difference, and all of these connections go everywhere. But any advice that you give to young Latinas? Because, sometimes they don't know where they're going in life, or maybe they're a little shy, or I don't know, anything that you would give them.
I love that you asked that question, and I really want to invite young, actually, not only young Latinas, but any newcomer,
okay,
and any students to really look into the community. Because sometimes when we move to Canada, and I'm an immigrant, and I think I kind of like step into that too. When you are trying to settle in the country and learn your ways and the language and navigate the culture, because we're coming into a food shock and a cultural shock, and I guess once you pass the settlement period, we sometimes forget about the community. But I love that you mentioned that we have a lot of talent and we have a lot of generous people. And that's why we see wonderful organizations like yours. Here in Mississauga, you have Hispanic Women's Network. You have also theater. Mississauga Players, actually, Alex Montalegre is a Colombian director, and she's opening a lot of spaces for that. And they have also great programs. So anywhere that you go now around in the GTA, so if you don't live in Mississauga, but you are in Toronto or even any other cities, there is a lot of groups that you can tap into and network. So we have become indirect mentors, and but also we are those connectors with different organizations. We can also, and that's why we are working with youth now, is to point them to the right direction. And I think young Latinas will find that once we step into that and we see all this wealth that you find in the networking, but also I invite them, like you say, not to be shy or to be intimidated. Sometimes, like when we hear, oh, this person has done this. We are humans as you are, and we have dreams, and we have also the passion for do it. And one of the things, because now I am working with the TCDSB as well, proclaim April 23rd as a Spanish Language Day, and we are having now Spanish clubs into in our high schools. So when I work with them, Jennifer, the talent that it's in there, and I see it, maybe like you and I that are educators, we see it as, like these raw diamonds,
right?
Like the leadership skills that they have, the dreams, the drive, and the energy, it's there. So feel free to contact us, to join a group, to explore, to write to the organizations and say, how can I volunteer? Because that is also something that I will encourage young people. Volunteer for organizations, because that's the way that if you are shy and you don't want to contact somebody directly, ask how can you volunteer? Because it will give you
the skills,
but also we can give you those community hours that the students need. In high school and in college or university, you also need to be growing that community sense. So volunteering is a very easy way to get into if they are shy. But if you're not shy, contact us.
100%. I love that you said the volunteer thing, because I really feel that's important, especially because it also it's the confidence level of the students and of the young. I would say immigrants in general, or anyone that's volunteering at a young age. That will help with confidence level for sure. also the connections. So, connecting with you, and maybe later it results in something else, right? It could be a job later, or just connecting you to someone. So it's really about connecting and just being a part of the community. And, I love that.
Yeah. Yes. And like you said, just being part of the community, I also talk this with a lot of people that I know. We really need to brag more about who we are and what where we are at. Because wherever you go, any financial institutions or any other, engineering, any like different sectors, we find a lot of Hispanic, Spanish-speaking talent. I don't tend to say Hispanic or Latino because then we forget Spain, or then we don't include everybody. But if we talk about Spanish-speaking, there is a lot of talent, and that connection and building community from very young age is super important. And also, I will please emphasize, keep working on your Spanish, because Spanish is the second most learned language in the world. And we're not talking only about us, which are blessed to already speak it, but there is a lot of people that would love to learn Spanish. And now, with all these changes that we are seeing in the world, Spanish is taking a big importance in everything. And also connections. It's an amazing
it's so true
tool to have.
So for Canada Habla Español, do you do events throughout the year that is open to anybody? Yes. Or is it okay? I'm curious.
So we have now 4 chapters. We have one in Manitoba. We have one in Saskatoon that it works also with Edmonton and Vancouver. And we have Ottawa and, of course, Toronto. So in our Toronto chapter, actually, we on the 23rd, and I will invite everybody that is listening, we're going to have the first picnic, literacy picnic, where we are inviting the community just to bring a blanket. It's going to be in a park. It's a free event. Bring your blanket, your favorite book, snacks, and just we're going to be there just to sit and read. And then we will have circles about, some authors that you're excited about, or sharing your experiences with a book. So it's literally just an opportunity for the community just to connect and also to read. Sometimes, we have put the reading aside, but that is, and also if you are a family, bring your children. It's an amazing opportunity to read out loud in the nature and in Spanish or English. We are not limiting to Spanish.
But I just want to know, so everyone listening is not limited to just Spanish speaking. If you want to learn, you're welcome. And again, the 23rd of what?
It's 23rd of August.
August
23rd.
Okay, August 23rd. Okay, so that's coming up. Yes. Okay, so that's exciting. Thank you so much for sharing all of that. I'd love to talk about a little bit of your journey.
Well, my journey, like my immigration, we all have different types of immigration. My immigration was because I met my husband in Mexico City. He's Canadian. So when we got married, September 11 happened. So with the uncertainty of where we're going to go, and also we got married and then we got pregnant, we were unsure on how he was going to still be able to work in Mexico. And he said, okay, let's move to Canada for a couple of years while we see, we have our first child and see how everything is going. And we can always come back. So when I moved here, one of the things that nothing really prepares you, and I think for those who are new immigrants, whatever your culture is or your reason for immigration is an amazing victory. I see it as, like we have created a skill that not a lot of people it's fortunate or pushed to. But you suffer a lot of losses. You suffer a loss of identity in the sense of you are no longer part of whatever country you are, the language, your culture, your traditions. You are coming to a new country that has their own idiosyncrasies, and you are moving into that. And also you have that way to also kind of match the values that the new country is offering to you without betraying yours.
Right.
And sometimes that is, a little bit of a struggle, because we come, for example, for a very, very religious country, which our values and family and friends, it's also very open and very, and these are differences that you don't see sometimes when you are here. And then also for me, it was, like I mentioned, I have a law degree in Mexico. When I moved here, I was just all of a sudden, the first thought, and I was 27 when I moved here. So it's like all these years that I put into my career. And also I was a junior partner in a law firm. So I was already, ready for the next path. So when you're thinking, it's like you're a junior partner and then I'm going to be a partner. And I was in an area of law that I really love, because I was in intellectual property, and I was like, okay, yes, that's something that maybe I can use in Canada. Well, no, you have to have your credentials and you have to. So a lot of those struggles, it's sometimes, I think now that I see it, and probably I didn't see it before. It's life telling you, you know what, that it was not your only path. Now let's see what else is in there. And we were talking about those skills, like you and I, right? Like we started here, but now we are here. And I see it right now. For me, it's, yes, I love education, but now I am into a non-for-profit. And that is another path, like creating your own corporation, finding things that you want to do. It's another path. So I think, yes, we all face different, I wouldn't say struggles, but I will call them more like learning opportunities. You're tested, because yes, it is a test of your character. And sometimes we just feel like giving up. But sometimes it's like, I just need to take a pause and breathe and see what it is in front of me, and then take the decision.
I love that you basically said that, because you had to basically start again, But if you think about it, Canada Habla Español wouldn't exist if you were still living in Mexico, because everyone speaks Spanish over there, right? So that's really interesting. It's really interesting because, you don't have one path in life. And that's what you realize later in life. When you're young, you don't see that yet, but you do see it later, like, oh, this is the reason why things didn't work here, or, I went in this direction. Everything, like, I feel like people don't need to be scared. Just make the decision of where you are at the moment, and just go with what is happening. But your life will go in multiple areas, right? So it's very interesting. And the thing is, we're still young and we're still evolving. So who knows where else it could go, right? So that's the one thing about life. So thank you for sharing that.
And also, like you said, for me, and it is important for the audience to also consider that, is that we have that ability to take those decisions. And when you are facing different challenges, I think different doors open. And it's that opportunity for you to change direction, or to reaffirm the direction, but in another direction. And for young people, the way that you and I, where we are today, trust us, has come with sacrifices, and also a lot of mistakes, and a lot of things that, rather to saying, oh, I should have not done that, it's now a learning opportunity to say, yes, I should have not done that, but if I haven't not done that, I will not be where I am today, which is, education led me to create Canada Habla Español, and also has led me to connect again with the community with a more with more intentionality and with a different purpose. Because before it was more like I want to connect with people that speaks my language, and that it feels so nice and so comfortable when you're speaking in your own language, and when you know, like you understand each other without even saying anything else. But now it has a different purpose, and for me is I find my purpose on trying to support youth and also to share my knowledge and my experiences with others, because I think when I hear the path that others have taken, it's also an inspirational source, and also says, you know what, that person is just like me. So that's one of the things that I will point to young people is see a role model that inspire you, and just remember they are just human as you are. And when we see athletes, think about those hours that they spend, you know, training, and also the mental challenges that they face. All is work, but at the end of the day, it pays. It's worth it. So even if you start here and that's not your path, doors will always open. Just keep trying.
Thank you so much for that advice. That's actually really, really good advice. And I'm glad we touched on all of this, because there's just a lot of uncertainty, especially nowadays, what's happening with everything. And even the entrepreneurial mindset, I totally support. So for everyone looking to, you know, have ideas in your mind, don't be scared. Go forward. You never know where it will take you. But yeah, everything in life, there's always a purpose.
Always. Always.
So where can people find Canada Habla Español or you?
Yes. So you can go into our website. It's www.canadahablaespanol.org. And my email is ericka.aguilera@canadahablaespanol.org. But in our website, you also have the info. So you can always send us a message, because if you are interested in volunteering, our volunteering coordinator will get back to you. If you are planning into something with more corporate, just write to admin@canadahablaespanol.org. And my email that it's open for anybody that wants to reach me.
Amazing. And are you on Instagram too?
Yes, our Insta is CA Habla Español.
Okay, perfect. Yes. So thank you so much, Ericka, for being here. I think you're very inspirational. You have inspired me as well. Again, I really appreciate you coming down, because it was probably a little bit of a drive for you, but thank you.
Well, thanks to you too, Jennifer, for opening these spaces and for creating a podcast and being accessible to people, because really, I think that is a way to show how can we connect and what is the importance to give the voice and to share our stories with others. So thank you so much for that.
Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you. I really, really appreciate that comment, and I totally agree. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to work together, and we never would have connected if I didn't start this podcast. I don't think, maybe at some point, but not in this way of sitting down and having this conversation. So thank you so much for being here.
Thanks to you too.
Thank you everyone for watching. We will have more inspirational stories on Latina Leaders. Thank you so much. Ciao.